All right, guys, Nick's Picks back here for our week 4. Goodness gracious, it's already week 4 NFL predictions. All right, first place is Nick, me, 32 and 16. Rick is 30 and 18 in second, and Kendrick is 28 and 20, holding down the bottom. Uh, any comments on the standings?
No, the only comment I got is it's pretty tight race. Obviously through 3 weeks it's been a little back and forth. Obviously there's been some surprises through a couple of weeks that I don't think any of us saw, but I don't know. There's still ways to go. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, still some good football after week 3 here, or during week 3. Uh, I took some chances on a couple of teams that, I thought that had a chance and, didn't turn out. But I mean, four games behind isn't too much. We're only on week 4 now, so ready to get into this week 4 here.
Yeah, a lot of games to go. Any comments on the week 3 games? Anything big y'all want to talk about before we get started?
Cowboys losing is obviously a headliner. Pretty shocking. Outside of that, no, it's been good football. There's some good games out there. Miami continues to looks like they may be the best team in football right now, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's always a good week when my Steelers win. Unfortunately, Ricky's Raiders were on the other side of that. So, but hey, it's football, man.
All right, boys, let's get started with the week 4 NFL predictions. Kendrick, what do we got first?
First up for Thursday night football, we got the Lions versus the Packers. For me, we got both these teams coming off a win. The Packers, they were a fourth quarter team last week. Came back and won it, but I do not think that the Packers will have that success here against the Lions. I'm going to take the Lions to take it down to the fourth quarter as well. But give me the Lions to win on the road.
It's gonna be a physical game. Give me the Lions. They're playing in Green Bay. Not really home field advantage yet for Green Bay outside the crowd, but as far as the having that cold weather game, Detroit don't have to worry about that this year. I think Detroit flexes a little muscle, wins by 2 possessions.
Yeah, I think the tides are turning in the NFC North, and we're really going to see a statement made by the Lions. I think it is a pretty close game. I think they win after the Packers came off a miracle win against the Saints, and they probably wouldn't have won if Derek Carr wouldn't have exited the game. But I'm going to take the Lions on the short week here.
All right, starting off Sunday morning, we got the Falcons and the Jaguars playing in London. What's your thoughts on this, Rick?
Playing across seas, a little unknown territory. Jacksonville plays that quite a bit. So I'm gonna. I think Jacksonville squeaks this out barely. They come off a poor performance last week against the Texans, but they it seems like they always have one game every year across the seas, and so I think they'll be used to it. The traveling, getting used to the bodies, getting ready for the time difference. But give me Jacksonville.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Jaguars as well. They're not playing not one, but they are playing 2 games in London back to back weeks. Um, I, this is going to be a home field game for the Jaguars. They have a lot of fans in London, and coming off the terrible loss to the Texans last week, I think they're going to turn things around. Give me the Jaguars to sneak one out by a field goal.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you both more there. The Jags had a pretty embarrassing loss last week against the Texans, but they'll be able to get this one taken care of in London. Starting off Sunday, the 1 p.m. games, we have the Dolphins versus the Bills. Who you got, Nick?
Huge letdown spot right here. Everybody and their mama's going to be on the Dolphins betting them. They're underdogs right now. It's too good to be true. So we're taking the Bills. Letdown spot for the Dolphins. I love the Bills defense to get some turnovers here. Bills shock the world and Las Vegas public. Vegas is going to make some money on this game. Give me the Bills.
Yeah, I think it kind of reminds me of the Lions going to Green Bay, Miami traveling up south, warm weather to Buffalo early this year. I watched a couple games of the Bills. They really looked a little bit better last week. But I think Miami gets it done. The offense is rolling right now, and the Bills' defense really hasn't impressed me yet. Um, but we'll see if Josh Allen get the win here. I think that'd be a big momentum to get the Bills going into the season. But we're going to keep Miami staying hot. Give me Miami. No.
Yeah, I'm with Nick on this one. Last week the Bills were able to get a 9-sack game. They're going to have to get to Tua, to slow him down. But the Dolphins' run game was pretty impressive last week. I think the Bills' defense will be able to hold the Dolphins back a little bit here. I think the Bills might have blew a little bit too much of their load and spent a little too much energy. Even though it may have looked effortless, I think they did put a lot of effort into that. The Bills are favored, but I'm going to take the Bills this week. Next up, we got the Ravens versus the Browns. Lamar seems to be struggling a little bit more than we probably thought. He didn't get that contract, but the Browns defense is looking pretty good here. I like the way the Browns have been playing. I like this divisional game. I think it'll be a close one, but I think the Browns will win it this time.
Yeah, give me the Browns. This is going to be another physical game, which I think every AFC North game is potentially going to be, I guess. But I think the Browns win it. It's going to be, I think, a low-scoring game. So I think it'll be one of them. If you like the old school football, this would be the one to watch.
Yeah, I definitely can see the under hitting here. I'm going to take the Browns at home for all three of us to get the brooms out. Ravens are banged up, not looking good the last couple weeks. Big, huge loss at home to the Colts against the backup quarterback. Give me the Browns. They don't need Chubb. They got Ford and that defense. They're built for the playoffs. I think Cleveland wins this one.
Next up, we got the Bengals traveling to Tennessee to face the Titans. Who you got, Rick?
It's another physical game. I almost want to take Tennessee just because of how physical they are. And Burrow's not 100% yet. But I'm going to go with the Bengals. I think Bengals squeak by here. It's going to be like was it the playoff match a couple years ago when Bengals went in Tennessee and won? But I think the Bengals squeak it out barely. But they're coming off probably like a 10-day rest from the Thursday night game. Or Monday night game, excuse me.
I'm going to take the Titans here. They're actually coming off a short week, Rick, 6 days.
Yeah.
I'm going with the Titans after the terrible loss to the Browns. And they're back at home here. I think the Titans they definitely play better at home. I think Derrick Henry gets the run game going here. Give me the Titans, and I think there's going to be a lot of talking going on about what's going on with the Bengals after this one.
No.
Oh, for me, man, the Titans really embarrassed me last week. I thought that they might have been able to get it done against the Browns, but that Browns defense, like I mentioned, they were able to hold the run game. But this week, I still think that Burrow will be able to rally another win this week, even though he's injured. I just see the Bengals having a slight edge here. So give me Burrow and the Bengals. Next up, we got the Rams traveling Indianapolis to play the Colts. Who you got, Nick?
I'm rolling with the Rams here. They've lost 2 in a row after starting the season 1-0. They really need to win this one. Not saying that if they lose, they would eliminate them from the playoff conversation, but they're a better team than the Colts. Sean McVay, I'm trusting him all day to get this one done. I might make it a survivor pool pick in one of my 2 leagues, but I'm going to take the Rams to get it done on the road here.
Yeah, I like the Rams barely here, 1-possession game. Anthony Richardson is starting to practice. Looks like they may roll out 2 quarterbacks, which may help the Colts as far as the Rams planning against them. But I think the Rams, they played pretty scrappy this year so far, a lot better than I thought they would. But give me the Rams to win.
Yeah, this one was a close one for me. The Rams are on the road again this week. It looks like Anthony Richardson might be back for the Colts. I was liking what they were doing last week with Minshew. But I just think the Rams will be able to recover here and take the victory. So I'm agreeing with you guys. I'm taking the Rams. Next up, we have the Bucks versus the Saints. Last week the Bucks took a whooping from the Eagles. I mean, what did you expect? No. So yeah, I still think the Bucks will be able to recover this week and be able to cover it against the Saints. So give me the Bucks to win.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a tricky game. It's in New Orleans. You almost want to go with Jameis Winston and Taysom Hill back there. Playing in the dome is going to be an advantage, but Tampa Bay, they do play scrappy. Didn't play too well against the Eagles, but then again, they did put Hurts to throw 2 picks versus 1 touchdown. So, dude got pretty good scrappy defense. But I think the Saints is going to win this one due to home field.
Yeah, I think the Saints win this one too in the dome. Their defense is going to keep them in it. It's going to be low scoring. I like the under in this game. Kamara is also back, which I think will give a little spark to the offense, and they're probably going to have the switchblade Taysom Hill out there. And Jameis Winston, he'll probably throw a pick or so, but I think the Saints get it done. Kamara gets his first touchdown of the season.
All right. Next up, we have the Commanders versus the Eagles. Who you liking here, Nick?
So last year, the Commanders pulled off an upset on the Eagles on Monday Night Football. But here I'm going to take the Eagles. They're the better team. Young quarterback for the Commanders. And it was a terrible, terrible week for their offensive line last week. I think the Eagles get it done in Philly at home to go 4-0.
Yeah, this may be the survivor pool pick of the week for me. I like the Eagles in this situation. It's going to be a division game. It's going to be scrappy. Skins coming off an embarrassing loss last week. I'll be curious to see how they react, but I think Eagles have got too much talent. And as you see, Eagles played their C game and won pretty easily against the Buccaneers last week. Give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I think this is another game for the Eagles to be able to penetrate that O line and get to Sam Howell here. So give me the Eagles to win. Next up, we have the Vikings versus the Panthers. I think it's just simple here. The Vikings aren't going to go 0-4. I didn't think they were going to go 0-3. But they seem to put up the yards, but they fail to just succeed in the moment. They're just not capitalizing on those moments. I think this will be a moment where the Vikings will be able to capitalize on their moments and beat these Panthers.
Yeah, I agree. Chargers tried to give that game away last week to the Vikings, and for whatever reason, they struggled down the stretch. Kirk Cousins threw a pick. He's played pretty good so far this year. That was one of the first mistakes I've seen that he make. But I think Vikings get on the board for the first W this week.
It's absolutely a must win for the Vikings. If they do not win this one, they need to go ahead and trade Kirk Cousins. Season's over if they lose this game. Must win on the road. Thielen could have a big game here against his former team. That Vikings defense is terrible, but yeah, I think the Vikings finally get their first win. Week 4.
Next up, we have the Steelers versus the Texans. What do you got here, Rick?
I think this will be a pretty close game. I think the Steelers defense gets them another W. But don't sleep on the Texans. They play pretty good. They got a good head coach. But I think Steelers just overall get this another win with the defense where they've been playing for the first 3 weeks.
Yep. Give me the Steelers here, and they're going to go to 3-1. I think they win this one, especially after the Texans won last week. I think it sets up better for a Steelers win. It's probably a low-scoring game and probably ugly in the first half, but give me the Steelers to pull away in the second half.
Yeah, I was actually glad to see the Steelers offense last week be able to do something I think they'll be able to show up this week, and we just need T.J. Watt and Highsmith to show up on defense and give that pressure to the rookie C.J. Stroud, and get a few sacks and make him throw under pressure, see if he can perform. But yeah, I think as long as Steelers are able to find success on the offensive side as well as the defensive side, they'll be able to secure this win. So give me the Steelers. What is up, Kendrick here? I was editing the video and I realized that we had forgot to talk about the Broncos versus the Bears. Honestly, that's one of the games this week that I'm not going to pay much attention to because the Bears just aren't looking good. And me, Rick, and Nick all agree that the Broncos are going to secure the win here. All right, I'm going to throw a little golden nugget out here. If you've made it this far in the video, here's one of our Knicks Picks merch shirts. If you send one of us a DM, code MERCH, code merch, the first person to DM it, I will send you a Knicks Pick shirt, either the long sleeve or the short sleeve of your choosing. Starting off the 4 p.m. games for Sunday, we have the Patriots versus the Cowboys. Who you got here, Nick?
Cowboys bounce back spot coming off a terrible loss to the Cardinals. Really wasn't even close. But I like them to bounce back at home against the Patriots in probably another low-scoring game. I think the Cowboys get it done, though.
Yeah, Cowboys bounce back here. I think it'll be a pretty tight game because with the way Patriots have been playing, they've been coming out playing pretty decent. They just haven't been able to put a consistent on offense yet with the new offense coordinator, but I think Cowboys get the dub.
Yeah, I think the Cowboys did a little bit of that cowboy magic last week and showed us, that they have a way to lose, and it was to the Cardinals. And I think they were looking pretty impressive until that loss last week, but I think that'll motivate them to find a better rhythm this week and carry them to win over the Patriots. Give me the Cowboys. Next up, we have the Cardinals versus the 49ers. Who you got here, Rick?
49ers, another defensive battle this week, as there's a couple in the NFL. But 49ers at home. Now, if it was on the road, it could be something to probably stay away from as far as any kind of bets or anything. But they're back in San Fran this week. I like Cardinals. I like 49ers to beat the Cardinals. Cardinals come off that pretty high win last week against the Cowboys, but the 49ers win pretty easy here.
Yep. 49ers all day. If I hadn't picked them last week, I would have picked them this week as my lock. But 49ers all day here.
Yeah, I agree. I'm liking the 49ers to keep it going, and they just need to remain healthy. They seem to be Super Bowl contenders right now, so give me the 49ers to whoop up on these Cardinals. All right, for Sunday Night Football, we have the Chiefs versus the Jets. If it was Aaron Rodgers, I think, with the way that they had made this schedule, it was going to be a good matchup against Rodgers. But, it seems to be the story every time is, no Rodgers. I just don't think that the Jets will be able to keep up with the Chiefs. They got a little bit of T-Swizzle magic with them now. So we'll see if if that holds them back any. But I just think that they'll be able to hold the Jets to a little bit lower of a scoring game here. But give me the Chiefs.
Yeah, I like the Chiefs here. I think it'll be kind of close in the first quarter and a half, but once Chiefs get going, I think it end up being a pretty big blowout. Chiefs all day.
Yeah, this one scares me a little bit with the Sunday night prime time. I think the Jets defense, I think they could maybe get some sneaky turnovers and make it a game. Chiefs, I'm really thinking about picking as a survivor pool lock. But yeah, I think the Chiefs get it done. And Rick, what do you think about that Jets team total over 9.5 after a 1-2 start?
Well, we got Trevor Siemian coming off the plane. It's not good. Not good at all. Zach Wilson obviously he's not where he needs to be as a quarterback, and just those wins ain't going to be there. But yeah, who knows if Vikings lose, that Kirk Cousins deal becomes a little bit more and more intriguing, but not good so far.
All right. For this week, we only have one game on Monday night. That is going to be the Seahawks versus the Giants. What do you like here about your Seahawks, Nick?
Seahawks are dogs, and I love the Seahawks when they're underdogs. Seems like when they're favorites, they play to the competition and they really lose a lot of those games. But when they're underdogs, they tend to cover and pull off upsets. I've noticed as being a Seahawks fan. It's a Monday night football game too. If you know the Seahawks are one of the best teams ever in primetime football, especially under the Pete Carroll era. The man has a top 2 record in Monday Night Football actively among head coaches between him and Mike Tomlin. He doesn't lose on Monday nights often, and I think the Seahawks get this one done. If it's a 1 o'clock game, I'd probably lean the Giants, but time's not going to affect the West Coast team here. Give me the Seahawks.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting game here with the Giants and the Seahawks. Seahawks struggled putting it in the end zone last week. They ended up getting the W. I think this is a 50-50 game, but I like the Seahawks here. I think they got a better overall running game right now. Barkley's got the injury with his ankle. I just don't think Giants is going to have enough.
Yeah, I agree. I'm liking the Seahawks in this matchup. I don't think they're going to need the 12th man this week to get the win. I'm liking what I'm seeing from Geno. Just need to be able to capitalize and get those touchdowns and pull the ball in. So DK Metcalf is a freaking animal. So give me the Seahawks here.
Love to hear it. Guys, go get in the call board. Links in the bio. It's a great community. I've smacked 8 5-unit plays in a row. So if you like sports gambling, get in there. Get our plays. Me, Rick, Kendrick, Brandon, Mark, and Jay Downey. Follow us on TikTok. Subscribe to our YouTube page. Comment, like. We're trying to grow. Kendrick, Rick, y'all got anything to say?
Yeah, as always, thank you guys for all the love and support you have. You guys are the best community around. Can't wait to see what the future holds for us as we grow as a community and continue to grow. As always, just remember positive vibes and trust the process. And thank you guys.
Like I said, free picks. Got a free trial period up before the premium rolls out. Get in the chalkboard, join the Discord. Like I said, got 6 people that give picks out every day. Sports is coming up. Got MLB playoffs getting ready to start. Football's under the way. NBA getting ready to start up. Hockey's underway now. It's getting going. We cover all the major sports. Get in the chalkboard. Get in the Discord. We get some great action.
Yeah, guys. Again, I appreciate y'all and the support. The premium starts November 1st. You got to go check out the merch. Kendrick's done a great job with that. And it looks good. It looks sexy. And I can't wait to get my merch to start wearing it. There's several options. Kendrick, do you want to tell them any other things about the merch?
Yeah, so there's several options. This one is a print on. This one isn't like a vinyl or like a thick material. This one's directly printed onto the shirt. We also offer the ones that it's like a screen print. Those as well are offered. We have this shirt, which is, I believe this is the Bella Canvas shirt. The other one we have is a Gildan shirt. And then lastly, we have a Moisture Wicking shirt. It's made by Sports Trek. It's really lightweight, super comfortable. I normally wear size I prefer size XL. This is an XL, fits perfect for me. If you got big biceps, you'll still fit in here, I promise. You'll just look even sexier with this logo. But yeah, we have a lot of merch. You can DM me and I can get it to you at a cheaper rate than on our merch site, because I'll be able to directly order from the supplier and cut out the middleman. But yeah, you got to get you some merch.
Yeah, man. The merch, guys, it's awesome. Man, I'm thankful for my brother and my friends around me that's built this community. Wouldn't be possible without him. Kendrick's done a lot of technology. Rick came up with the idea, since he didn't have the sack to do it himself. And then we brought on Brandon, John, and Mark. Great assets to the team. Let's keep growing. Let's keep growing. Trust the process. Stay true. Positive vibes. This is Nick's Picks.